Most recently, there has been a flight to safety in the commodities like gold and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, as investors become more worried about the current state of the market environment. A significant rise in Bitcoin's value has been recorded, and it remains to be seen whether this would have a lasting effect. While Bitcoin aims to recover its lost glory and surpass its previous all-time high, other cryptocurrencies are treading the same path. A lot has been happening in the crypto world lately, and one of the most recent ones was the call for a crypto ban in the wake of the banking sector turmoil in a tweet. This call was made by Johan van Overveld, a member of the European Parliament and former Belgian finance minister. He made the comments as the European Parliament prepares to vote on landmark crypto licensing rules for the bloc. Another lesson to be learned from the current banking commotion: enforce a strict ban on cryptocurrencies, Johan said, emphasizing that the assets were mere speculation with non-economic or social value. If a government bans drugs, it should also ban crypto, he added. From a realistic perspective, these comments are valid, as repercussions from the failures of crypto-friendly Silvergate Bank and Silicon Valley Bank spread to the European markets, including sending shares of Credit Suisse to a record low and propelling it to borrow $53 billion from the Swiss National Bank. Notably, Johan led the Parliament's work on a new law to allow the trading of securities based on distributed ledger technology, and had one explain that the technology underpinning crypto has great potential to improve productivity. However, around the time these comments were made, Bitcoin and Ethereum saw significant price surges, with Bitcoin soaring by more than 35% and Ethereum by more than 25%. The boost in the crypto market has sparked the interest of investors, who are anxious to know how far these cryptocurrencies can go. The considerable increase in value of Bitcoin can be attributed to the actions targeted at improving the financial system. So far, increased investor optimism in the potential of the US decreasing interest rates later this year has also played a role in supporting Bitcoin's gains. According to an update, Bitcoin Bullish Daily closed back in the 26K to 31K range. I think we should aim for a high range. LTF also bullish, aiming for mid-range if the limits will hit. Ethereum, which is ranked at the second largest cryptocurrency in terms of market capitalization, has witnessed a substantial increase in its value. This upside indicates a bullish trend in the cryptocurrency market. The update also noted Bitcoin held above 26K and we have continued upwards. I'm interested to see what the prices will do around 20.8 to 29K as the next HTF resistance zone. Perhaps with Powell coming up, pullback time, before continuing the relief rally. Since the beginning of the year, Bitcoin's value has increased by a whopping 55%, which is quite a feat for such a short period of time going by. The global crypto market capitalization has also reached $1.17 trillion. Recent reports have stained with the failure of the broad-based US dollar to stop its previous declines. It has dropped further as investors are disturbed about the contagion and recession, especially after Credit Suisse and First Republic Bank shares tumbled. It is worth noting that fear of contagion caused the US banks to seek a record of $153 billion in emergency liquidity from the Federal Reserve. Unfortunately, the $54 billion loan for Credit Suisse and the $30 billion lifeline for the First Republic did not stop their stock declines. Amid the chaos and fear, Bitcoin is being considered a trailblazer for other cryptocurrencies. Right now, Cardano's correlation with Bitcoin explains what is fueling its downtrend. In the crypto market, it's not uncommon to find even the largest altcoins by market cap exhibit a strong correlation with Bitcoin. In case of Cardano, this correlation implies that it is nearing its all-time high and thus reinforcing incredible sell-offs. According to the data from Into the Block as of March 5th, Cardano has a correlation score of 0.62 with Bitcoin. Among the top 10 altcoins, Cardano exhibited the strongest correlation over the past few days with Bitcoin, and it has grown consistently, from a low of minus 0.04 as of mid-December of 2022 to the current score. It's quite obvious that Cardano's price performance is greatly dependent on Bitcoin. This metric is important as it demonstrates when the price action of both digital currencies is compared. If Bitcoin prints a new uptrend, the chances are strong for Cardano to pick up a bullish pace, as the bulls will be convinced that the uptrend is backed by deep market fundamentals. Regardless of the highs followed by the consistent lows, Cardano remains one of the most versatile blockchain protocols in the world, and there are bullish incentives for long-term holds. The protocol has a large influx of developers looking for opportunities to harness its supposedly higher decentralization features, as well as security to boost their products. Also, the project is anticipating the launch of Hydra, its scalability tool that will enable it to process millions of transactions at a time. A few months ago, following the discussion of the latest upgrades to the Cardano blockchain and its infrastructure, an anonymous crypto Twitter enthusiast asked IOG's Mateus Bencourt about the details of Hydra's design. Mr. Bencourt was asked about the modular design of Hydra that could allow for the development of various decentralized applications to its infrastructure, and he confirmed that Hydra will be able to onboard dApps with different structures using its separate elements in a Lego-like manner. In addition, the exact design of Hydra and the roadmap of its progress will depend on the requests of the community representatives, with some features of the core head already 100% up to the community. A tweet read, "Voila, the first building block is basic Hydra heads, then incremental commits, then the enter head, etc. The exact order depends on what people will need and request. Similarly, the features of the core head are user-driven, so come and tell us what you need." Something big is about to land in the Cardano ecosystem. Besides, Cardano has maintained impressive price action since the beginning of the year to this moment. Apart from the confirmed correlation with Bitcoin, Cardano may pull some incredible stunts to skyrocket growth, which might help it decouple from Bitcoin in the short to mid-term. Well, since Bitcoin brought about the birth of the crypto industry in 2009, the famed crypto asset has gone from merely being used to buy takeaway pizza to becoming the largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization and greatly valued in the world. However, during the industry's first decade, the number of cryptocurrencies in existence has increased exponentially. Plus, they all have different use cases from governance to powering data oracles. As a result, most of the time, altcoin prices are intimately tied with the price of Bitcoin, tracking it through thick and thin. The fundamental reason for this movement is that the altcoin prices are typically measured in Bitcoin. It may be flanked by over 10,000 competitors, yet it still commands over half the entire cryptocurrency market capitalization. This domination is like a feather to Bitcoin's cap, giving it a lot of influence and control. As emphasized earlier, Cardano's value is often measured against the price of Bitcoin, so the ADA price could go down if Bitcoin goes down, and conversely so, it can go up if Bitcoin goes up. Usually you're going to have one leader and everyone follows the leader because they're all interconnected, Michael Dunworth, CEO of Wire, once noted. When there is an increase in the outflow of Bitcoin from industry's largest exchanges, investors tend to see this as a positive sign for the currency and other cryptocurrencies. Investors' confidence can trickle down to competing altcoins and benefit the wider crypto market. Of course, this rule of thumb does not always hold because there are things that are not as always easy as these seem. There are plenty of reasons why altcoin prices usually tread Bitcoin's path, but sometimes when Bitcoin tumbles, altcoins could witness a surge in value. A reason for this is that investors with a keen sight will pull out of their Bitcoin investment and instead navigate to altcoins that are showing promise. Then if Bitcoin does experience a bull run on its own, investors can pivot back to the king of cryptocurrencies to enjoy a good ride. There may be thousands of cryptocurrencies in the market today, but the first one is still calling the shots. And as a result, it will be difficult for cryptocurrencies, especially Cardano, to detach from Bitcoin. Roll with the lead and get the leading returns, right? Investors are always looking for the next big thing in the crypto market, and Bitcoin is always the go-to option. However, if investors understand that most of the other cryptocurrencies find their traction from Bitcoin, they might consider them as well. Besides, Cardano's strong fundamentals make it a solid choice. After all, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you click on the subscribe and notification buttons, and we'll see you in the next video.